Hey guys, welcome back. I'm so happy that you're here. You know, in the comments, a lot of you guys have told me that you have not had your first signing yet for a multitude of reasons. The reasons really don't matter, but I thought it would be really good for me to just bring you something valuable to help you to prepare for your very first signing. So of course, if you have not already, make sure that you hit the subscribe button. Turn on your bell notifications because I'm all about bringing valuable content to you, and I plan on continuing to do that. And I don't really want you to miss an upload at all. So if you have a comment, if you have a suggestion that can help somebody out, make sure that you leave it in the comments below. So you signed up to get signings, and that is really good. Congratulations. You'll start getting notifications via text message if you have subscribed to SMS notifications. So I would highly suggest that you let the signing service know that you're ready, willing, and available to take signings whenever they send them your way. And you just might get assigned to a signing. So let's say you did. Congratulations. I'm so happy that you got assigned to your very first signing. It is a very exciting thing when you find out that you've been assigned, but then reality hits you and you're like, oh my God, how do I prepare? I am nervous. What do I do? Am I going to mess up? I want to do a good job. All of these things run through your mind. So I'm just here to say, just breathe. Take a deep breath in and exhale out, seriously, because guys, it is really not that bad. Just follow these simple steps to make sure that you are well prepared and you have a very successful signing. So let's just jump right into it. My first suggestion is, after the signing, have a plan to reward yourself in some sort of way. Whether it's your favorite drink at Starbucks or a favorite dessert that you like, or I know all that's food, right? I'm greedy. I like to reward myself with food. I know it's bad, but you know, that's a whole nother subject. But anyway, I would just say have a plan to reward yourself, and this will just kind of like celebrate this small win that you got on a signing platform, you got accepted for a signing, and you actually completed an assignment. So that is my first tip. It may sound impractical, but sometimes when we have something great to look forward to, it helps us to say, okay, I'm going to get through this and it is going to be okay. So my personal thing, I love me some Starbucks, so that's how I like to treat myself. I'll get myself like my favorite coffee, a seasonal coffee, or I'll get myself like a green tea latte or something like that. Anywho, enough about that. Let's go on into step number 2. So make sure that you are reading all of the instructions. So the instructions will tell you things like how they want you to dress, how they want the documents returned, what color ink to use, what size paper to use. Is there a witness that needs to be present? So all of these things are found in the instructions. So make sure that you're taking your time to carefully read the instructions so that you do not miss anything important. Apart from the instructions, sometimes there are attachments. Sometimes you are being requested things such as signing a notary agreement or signing a fee agreement. So sometimes there are different things that the signing service wants you to sign in addition to the borrower or the seller signing documents. So be sure to carefully read the instructions. It could seem like a lot, but once you kind of get into the groove of what they expect, especially if you work for that signing service more than one time, then it will become easier. Trust me, it really will become easier. It's really not that bad. So after you've read the instructions, the next thing to do is call the signer to confirm the appointment. I think I'm going to film a very detailed video on the perfect way to confirm an appointment with the signer, or at least my perfect way. But when you're confirming with the signer, if there are 2 signers, then you would confirm that both signers would be present. When confirming the appointment, you can also ask if they'll have a copy of their driver's license available. At times, something additional is requested, such as some lenders request for 2 copies of IDs. The secondary form of ID could be something like a pay stub, a utility bill, an insurance card. It really all just depends. And so that's why it's really important to read the instructions. If you are in an attorney state, and if this closing requires an attorney to be present, then confirm with the attorney. Give the attorney a call to just confirm the appointment date and time, letting the attorney know that you have already spoke with the borrower, and then always confirm the method of contact. Some attorneys want to be conferenced in on the signing by way of WhatsApp video, so This may require that you actually download that app to your phone if you don't have it already. Others may want Google Meets or Zoom. So you just really have to find out from the attorney in what way would you all be video conferencing. So most of the times when I deal with attorneys, it's either WhatsApp video or FaceTime. So of course, FaceTime to me is the simplest because it's already there on my iPhone. I just simply, FaceTime the attorney and we get started with the appointment. Step 3, if you have a brand new printer, make sure you do a test print. When I got my brother printer, it was automatically set to print double-sided. This is a huge no-no. None of the lenders that I have ever worked with have wanted their documents to be printed on both sides. They want single-sided documents. So therefore, it's really important to save yourself time, frustration, aggravation, a possible return to the borrower's home by doing a test print. And this is also going to kind of like alleviate your nerves and kind of like put some of that anxiety at bay because you know that your machinery is operating in the way that it should. If time allows, use some of these tags. I use these little arrow tags, the sign here, the notarized, the initial here tags, and as you can see, I reuse them. Like, I do not throw these away. This is another way that your signing will go a little bit smoother. It will take a lot of the guesswork out, and then you could kind of just like breathe a little bit and you feel a lot more prepared. So time doesn't always allot for you to use these, which is okay too. But when you are tagging or flagging the places that the borrower is to sign, initial, and the places that you are to notarize, it does help you feel like you have a sense of control over the signing. And it also helps you to be able to look over those loan documents. If you do have a question, you could contact the company who gave you the signing to begin with. That way, when you go to the signer will have confidence that you're handling their order in the right way. Step number 4 is make sure that you leave in enough time to travel to your destination. Anytime I get a signing, I always like to look to see how much time it would take to actually get to the borrower's house. So what I do from there is just think about the time of day it is. So let's say I have a 5 p.m. signing. I know that that is rush hour. And even though we are amidst the pandemic, a lot of people have returned back to their normal schedule. So traffic is a good bit heavier. So I make sure that I leave in enough time. So if it tells me that it's going to take me 30 minutes to get to the signing, I try to leave an hour before, just because of the simple fact you don't know if you are going to run into something. Recently, I went to a signing and I left ahead of time. When I got to the so-called destination, it was a blank lot. Like, there were homes that were about to be built, or there were no homes there, but it told me I arrived at my destination. When I looked up her address, I did confirm that I put the correct address in my navigation. I also use a different app for navigation just to see where it would take me, and it was taking me to a city that was about 30 minutes from where I was. I knew that was incorrect because she was located in the same city that I live in. So I had to call the borrower and ask her, and she let me know that she does live in a new subdivision and some people do have trouble finding her home, just depending on what app they use for navigation. I would have been very, very, very late had I not left in plenty of time. Now, this is a very ideal circumstance. It doesn't always happen this way. Sometimes you get signings and outside of your control, you're not able to leave an hour ahead of time. Sometimes you just have to leave just a few minutes before the signing because you got it really at the last minute, which is no fault of your own, but just always make sure that you communicate with the borrower just in case you run into any issues. In this case, I also communicated with the attorney because the attorney was supposed to be present via video conferencing for this particular signing. If this is your first signing especially, you don't want to be late and you don't want your nerves getting on your last nerves. You know what I mean? So basically, I would just say leaving enough time to leave some room for error. And finally, once I arrive at my destination, when I pull up, I pick up my phone, I call the borrower, I just let them know, hey, I'm outside, and as I'm doing that, I'm exiting out of my car, and shortly after that, I'm meeting the borrower right at the front door, and to me, that just makes it a lot more convenient rather than going to someone's front door, especially if it's dark outside, ringing the bell and just waiting and waiting and waiting. So I hope that these tips were helpful to you. If you want some more tips on safety, I will definitely link the video up here in the card so you could check out that video, some of my safety tips. And again, like I said, I will have a video showing you exactly how I confirm an appointment, just to make sure that I have a seamless signing. If you like this video, please give me a big thumbs up, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.